Hey guys, Jay from Dave's Glory Shop Works here, and on this episode we're taking a look at what may or may not be broken on the Ramcharger. Lately the suspension has been doing some wonky things, slightly unpredictable steering, and when you're in a hard turn, giving or grabbing the next gear, she goes a little wobbly. Anyway, we're gonna put her up in the air, just inspect the front end, inspect the rear. I'm pretty sure it needs rear spring bushings, and it probably needs front control arm bushings. That's most likely where my main issue is. I didn't do anything but ball joints and tie rods to this when I first got it, and I'll be honest, I used the cheapest ones that Rock Auto could give me, so we got to check everything out and see where we're sitting from there. So hang on, we'll see if we can find out what's going on and take it from there, guys. Alright, just hang on a sec. Okay, go ahead. You know what? That's actually pretty good. I'm really impressed with that. All my Rock Auto tie rods are holding up nicely. Yeah, like I said, cheapest ones money can buy. Actually, I only did two, I think. I did that one, and I think this one, maybe. I did two tires, but I did all four ball joints. They're probably shot, but I think my upper control arm bushings are gone.
You got tire wear for sure.
Yeah, well, I haven't done anything to it. The lower control arm bushings, those ball joints look good. For the lower control arm bushings. Yeah, they look okay. Let's put down a touch though. Oh, never mind.
Doesn't look like there's anything to worry about there.
No, upper and lower are doing good there. Maybe a little bit on the wheel bearing. Can you wiggle it?
Well, side to side?
Yeah. Probably more rack wear than anything else, or box wear, yeah.
Probably. Sector shaft slop.
Sector shaft is, or the input shaft is missing. Oh, got some play on that ball joint. Just up and down though on the lower. I don't see anything on the upper. Oh, hello wheel bearing. Yeah, I think so. That's probably where some of the noise is coming from too.
So is it just loose or do you gotta replace it?
Not bad, just tiny. That might be my scrapage too. With the play on it, that vacuum plate is really close.
Yeah.
Like look at it, it's nearly touching.
Probably polished there.
You know, I don't see any witness marks. Wow.
Probably so light.
But I'll try that out right now.
I'll grab the biggest pry bar I have for that.
Yeah, well, you know. Tend to tweak it.
48-inch pry bar.
It's not the size you count, it's how you use it. Now, I think I did front rock auto bushings?
You did.
I did these, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
And they look good. We'll set them back up. Sway bar links, can't help that. These bushings are actually still good. 1989, the D bushings aren't pounded out, or 1988. Yeah, like that's not supposed to be so far up there. How's the rear shackles look?
It didn't look terrible.
Actually, yeah, they're not
The
horrible.
bushings are a little hammered.
They're dry rotted and
Sealers.
same as that side, but my front spring eyes are shot.
Yeah, the bolts will be oblong and everything.
Rear shocks aren't blown out. I don't know if they do much anymore, but they're not blown out. They're doing something.
Yeah, definitely a friendly street.
No axle seal leak. No axle seal leak. Happy? Yeah, that one's bad.
Bet you could probably fix that.
Oh, I betcha.
See this much, guys.
Oh yeah, yeah, that moves.
Well, you can see the bolt.
Yeah, well, when you can see that much exposed, it's like, ooh. All right. So those guys are going to be my main issues.
Ooh.
Oh,
You got a loose caliper bolt?
No, they're all in.
cool. One.
Upper control arm bushings. It doesn't appear to be moved, but the bushings. This one, how do you say it? It's still kind of centered. Yeah, I was just looking at my brakes and I'm like, oh yeah.
That one's done.
Is that a crack?
Good thing you checked her.
Do you want the camera to show?
Yep. So, yeah, I need to find parts. Upper control arm looks a little rusty, right? But it's actually cracked. You can see it. It's not major damage right now, but it's definitely not going to go on any long trips out of town. And this one's just plain rotted right through. So, yeah, we got some parts to find. But my springs aren't broken, my shocks aren't leaking. The brake pads on the inside still look very good. Got lots of wear left on them. We're gonna check the outside now. Yeah, I got lots of wear on the outside. So overall, not horrible. Just a little murder death killy on those upper control arms and the rear front spring eye bushings on the rear leaf springs. Bad. So I'll be digging up some parts for this thing right away. Okay, we're gonna put it down and I'm gonna adjust that passenger side wheel bearing. And maybe I'll double check the adjustment on the driver's side, but it felt pretty good. Proper way, pull your dust caps up, is not like this. No. Proper way, you get in on the inner edge.
And then you usually cave them in.
Not.
When they're really tight.
Yeah, if you're talking the GM 4x4s, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's no reason to ever put dents in them either. When you put it back on, you only tap on the edge, side to side to side to side. You put it in until it seats in and you're done. You don't hammer on the middle of it. You hammer on the middle of it, you can actually contact the spindle and that will actually wear a hole through, and little by little all your grease is going to fly out. Dirt come in, all kinds of goodies. Alright, so quick wheel bearing adjustment on the hoist. Hoist the tire still on. Try to keep your parts clean. Yeah, it does spin nice and free. It's too free. So I always tighten them up while I'm spinning until I get really good pressure on that bolt or the nut. And I'm really happy that it still spins free. And then I back them off a quarter turn, basically to free travel. And I spin it and I just snug up that little bit of free travel, and that's where I leave it. Now we can check it. I think we're going to tighten up a little bit more. There, now that feels like the driving side. You want a little bit of play on these wheel bearings, because if you tighten them up too tight, then you're going to overheat the wheel bearings and they'll burn up. Now I know a lot of you are going to say, don't reuse the cotter pin. This is a brand new cotter pin I used probably about a year or two ago, and I've never reused it, so it's always got at least one bend left in it. And something too, when you're putting in your cotter pins, on this style, you're supposed to have it turned sideways so it fits right down in the groove. And I always take the long tang of the cotter pin and I bend it up forwards. I don't remember doing it the other way, which is the wrong way, but I must have because I was the only one in here. And then sometimes I'll just cut it off, do the second piece, bend it in, and you're done. And then our grease cup. Tapped on by hand, it's not going to fall off. See, look at how easy that is. Look at that. It's secure, and there's no hammer marks on it anymore. All these dents were here when I bought it because somebody else was doing it. I hate that.
The bottom needs to be good again.
It'll be good. Yeah, it's not moving.
Okay.
Yeah, we're happy. It's seated, it's good, and it rolls nice and free. Well, alright guys, in conclusion, the old Ramcharger needs a bit of loving for safety, my safety mostly, and for harder gear jamming. And well, next time you see it, it's going to be probably on the hoist at my work, and we're going to be putting in good upper control arms. I can't really find new ones, they're a little bit hard to find, but we'll put in good upper control arms. We're going to repair the rear springs if we don't just put a different setting completely, and well, then we're going to have to get an alignment done on it too. All in all, it'll be better for the right direction of where this thing needs to go. I tell you, I keep working on it. Gonna make it too nice and want to keep it. I love my Ramcharger. Alright guys, that'll do it for this episode of Days of Glory Shopworks. Hope you enjoyed. Simple and easy, and it's like everything else I own, it's things to come. Alright, take care.